Well, whether you are stuck in a seated position for hours at a time, if you travel a lot for work, it's a good idea to get up and move every couple of hours. Mighty Joe is here now, and you know, if you're in a plane, train, automobile, whatever it is, I mean, we love that movie, but
absolutely, or even a cubicle.
Yeah, but or even a desk for 4 hours. It's really important. I mean, you don't want to take that for granted. You really do want to get up.
You got to get up and move. We need to move. We need to keep our bodies functional. We need to stay active. And while these exercises aren't made to help you burn body fat or get stronger, they do help you offset the ravages of being seated and crunched over all day long in front of your computer, on your steering wheel, wherever you're crunched into. And really the criteria I have for these things is they have to be exercise you can do anywhere. So you don't have to lay on a floor, because nobody's going to lay on the ground at a gas station and do some sort of exercise there.
If you're, doing a red eye from New York to LA or something like that.
You're not going to lay down in the aisle of the plane, exactly.
Might be a little weird.
So we need to do things we can do standing in a very small area.
Okay.
So the first thing I really want to focus on here is the natural tendency when you're short and tight in your chest all day is you just want to stretch. You want to grab a tree or a telephone pole or a large land mammal and just try to stretch your chest out.
Okay.
But I like to work the opposite. I'm notoriously anti-stretch for many reasons. So instead of stretching, I want to strengthen the muscles in the back that will put us in that position rather than passively stretch. So find something large. If you could just kind of hold your hand up like this for me now, and you'll be my resistance, you'll be my telephone pole and my gas pump. I just want to push my arm here and then push against you like I'm trying to push backwards into your hand.
So this is not stretching. You're trying to strengthen.
I'm trying to strengthen the muscles in the back that are now long and weak because I've been sitting all day. So I just gradually do that. So I do five or six repetitions per hour that I've been sitting. So if I've been sitting for 2 hours in the car, I make sure I give it a good 10 reps. And if I go 3 hours, which I don't like to do, but I like to have everybody up and move at least every 2 hours. You can get a countdown timer and do this. So just give it 5 or 6 reps, and every time you can go further, just keep moving further away from that obstacle because you're getting stronger.
And push it back up even more.
That strength will give you length. Now, if you just do stretching, you're going to be loose and weak, and that's shoulder injuries.
And then get tight again once you get back in the car.
It's going to be a bad cycle you don't want to get caught into, absolutely.
What's next?
So that's number one. Number two, because again, we're standing, and I want to really try to reinforce the shoulders back posture, is I want to put your hands overhead, and we do a reverse overhead lunge.
Reverse overhead lunge.
Yep. So just hands as high as you can. We sometimes do what's called a prisoner squat with your hands behind your head if that's where you need to go. And I really want to keep your shoulders back. And
so this is going to help posture, too,
It's going to help your posture. It's going to keep all these muscles behind you working, which when you're sitting on your butt all day long,
how many should you do of these?
Same rule of thumb here. 5 reps per hour is the way it's just a general rule of thumb. Yep. So 5 reps, hands up and over, and back up. Third and final one is called the SIF squat, named after the late, great Dr. Mel Sif. He's a biomechanic guru from South Africa. So the SIF squat has you on the balls of your feet, so you're standing up on your toes.
Okay.
Which, of course, if you have heels on, ladies, you have to take them off. And I want to have you squat. Now, because you're on the balls of your feet, you have to go slow, because if you go fast, you're going to wipe out. And it just really challenges everything, your core, your hips, your legs, everything. When you're seated all day long, these muscles aren't working. So we really need to do things to fire them up, and those are 3 great exercises to do that.
So as far as stretching, you mentioned you don't like stretching. I mean, we talked
generally.
We talked before, when I go running and stuff, don't stretch. But why do you think that's so important to just strengthen instead of stretch?
You need to be responsive, especially if you're running. If you're doing dynamic activities, when you stretch, the old school way of doing a static stretch where you hold for 30 seconds to a minute, you're actually making a muscle shut down and become less responsive. Now, if you're running by railroad tracks or a curb and you hit something funny, you don't want to have slow responsive muscles. You want to be quick.
Right.
So we need to do things that really induce strength, induce responsiveness, and stretching does just the opposite of that.
Okay, well, you can get more information on our website at fox17online.com. Click on the morning news page and then scroll down until you see the segment information section. And Mighty Joe is actually going to stick around. He's going to be on the live blog. He'll answer any questions, anything fit, well, not anything.
Fire away with
Shouldn't
fitness.
say that. There's a disclaimer that he signed. But anyway, he's going to stick around for us. So if you do have questions, just go to our website and click on the live chat option. Thanks for being here. As always, we appreciate it.